Guys, what's up everyone, and welcome to Young Titan World. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It's your boy, Young Titan, coming at you live from Casablanca in Morocco. And since I have a few months before I go to my next location, which is absolutely in a different continent, I just want to say thank you for 2,000 plays. That means people have been clicking on my shit for 2,000 fucking times. Now, yes, maybe they didn't listen to the entire thing to the ending, but it's alright. It's 2,000 nonetheless. It means so much to me as a person, as a content creator who is not exactly in league or is not in the same bracket as others. No one knows my name. No one knows me. I'm practically a nobody in this world. But we got 2,000 plays. So it might not be like the biggest thing. You know, it's like, I'm pretty sure that there are other channels who have that daily. And I'm like bragging about it when that's my total play. But I love it. You know? Overthinking this whole thing can get you in your feelings. But I'm grateful to you guys. Thank you guys so much for 2,000 views. 2,000 plays. I mean plays. Of course I mean plays. Today, we're going to be talking about Big Short. Not just any Big Short, but Big Short from Disney. Disney. Well, I've always known Disney has a hand when it comes to making TV series. Casey Undercover was literally one of the ones I got hooked on. It was very nice, very enjoyable. Everything was just nice. But this feels different. You know, usually I'm used to Disney series being about comedy, having a laughing track. So having something that is taking itself more seriously is a step up, in my opinion. It's got a lot more vibrant vibe. Hey, did I say vibrant 2 times? It's got a different vibe. That's what I'm trying to say. It's more realistic, more serious about itself. And yes, the jokes may be cheesy, corny, or all of the above, but it's aesthetically pleasing to find something that is genuinely wholesome, you know, and it's not always about having people laugh all the time, but it's also talking about issues. Now, ethically, I'm not open to going into the logic behind talking about LGBTQ qualities within Big Short and whether or not it's a good idea to do that. But I can say this. It speaks of a story that is a tale as old as time. The validity of women in sports. Most of the time, when we talk about women's football, it's something that can be pushed under the rug. It's something that no one really wants to talk about. It just doesn't have a lot of eyes on it, as it would for the counterpart. Now, getting into this is it feels different to me because usually I'm not a fan of sports at all. You can miss me with that football, basketball, all that shit. I don't see the necessity of putting some shit through a hoop, all right? I don't even watch the anime of it. So it kind of tells you that I have literally zero interest in sports. But Big Shot talks about basketball that is coming from the ladies' side, you know, where ladies are trying their possible best to be good at a game that is mostly dominated by men. Now, the big names, whether it's Kobe Bryant or it's Steph Curry or it's the king himself, it doesn't really matter because this one is just talking about the little leaguers, the ones that are improbable in high school. They're in high school, but they're trying to make their own strides in a sports that they love. And I gotta tell you, I mean, it's a really cool thing to watch if you're into it. But I would not give this to children. I mean, I would say that if you're grown up or you're in your 18, 19s and you're ready for life, maybe you could enjoy watching this. But this is not for kids. Or do I know what I'm talking about? I'm just saying that, if anything, we're talking about people who have Christian families and Christian homes and stuff like that. And they would always want to make it their criteria to know what they're feeding their kids. Now, most of the time when we're talking about people who are straight, they would always tout the role of guidance counselor for their home. And they definitely wouldn't want their family to think that, hey, it's okay to bang chicks if you're a chick. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not funny that way. It's serious. It's really serious. But just saying that in this context, it's not safe to assume that children be guided under that line that it's okay to go out for anyone. And it's like, I like you and it's okay. I like you and it's also okay. Yeah, different rules. Actually, I'm confusing myself talking about this. Let's just go back into the part where we talk about I've exhausted my brain's cells. This is unlike me. But we're gonna move on. Alright? The reason why I call it raw is because it's whatever that pops out of my mind. Sometimes it's not always gold. Anyways, I enjoyed Big Shot because it also spoke of another story, which is played out by a really great actor who constantly keeps squinting. And every time he squints, he makes me want to squint. And then we squint together. We're like squinting brothers. But it's ideally the same logic behind it. He's a big shot. He's doing well. But he throws a tantrum in one of his matches. And it makes him lose all that he had worked so hard to build up as a status or as a legacy for himself. Now he's been piggybacked into a high school to coach girls. Now, obviously, if you're a big timer and you've been demoted, that feeling is mortifying and you don't ever think you'll get back in stride again. But he's determined to get back, and in order to do it, he has to show a sign of, growth, a development. The mind has to be in a place where he can take the world by storm again. But in order for them to trust him with the world, they have to see that he's capable of that. And so he's taking care of a basketball team made up of high school girls. Now, in this light, I'm not my pervy self, because even if I try the slightest bit of perverted energy into this TV series, I'm pretty sure the cops can come in on me at any time. And I can't even say that they're wrong. They can just bust me anytime they want. Anyways, he's trying to redeem himself, and the girls around him are making him more in tune with his human side. Or at least they say that like nearly every time they have an interrogation with him, or every time that he gets a talking to, he's like, I'm only human, I'm not perfect. Dude says I'm not perfect like a literal 100 times, as many times as possible. And it could get boring for you, or just weird to hear that over and over again. It kind of makes you rethink of your own excuses. It's like, this is not working out. You know what? You're right. I'm not perfect. That is why it's not working. And a lot more stuff. Anyways, I did enjoy it. But trying to go back to what I was talking about earlier about this not being something that kids should watch. Maybe it's because of the LGBTQ thing that I was talking about earlier. Sometimes kids are easily influenced into what should be put before them. So they might think it's a good idea, but it ends up becoming a long-term bad decision. And bro, a long-term bad decision can ruin your life can lead to death, suicide, and a lot more decisions that you're not ready to make. The tendency is always there. I think I will separate time and try and talk about the LGBTQ facts about people, because it kind of feels like everyone can swing that way if they want to, or if they gave into their carnal thoughts and lust. It's just how human beings are wired. The wish to explore one's sexuality is always unlimited, let me tell you that. But it doesn't mean that you're supposed to ride the horse just because you see it. But we're going to talk together later. Hope you guys have a great day. And as always, Young Titan out. Thanks for listening.